This is like home for me. Tanzania feels like home, but this particular place is Mukuru village. This is the first place I came to in February, I believe, or late January of 2013. This was my first day in Africa, literally, and my first day with the Maasai community here. I spent the whole day here, and it feels so good to be back. This is my 6th trip to Tanzania in 4 years. And I always come back here. It's almost like being home, it's being at peace, time stands still. If you look around here, the setting is so beautiful. I have given trainings on marketplace literacy to women over here and over here. We've had a feast for the Maasai community over here and so on. So this is a place where we had our very humble and small beginnings. I started talking to Maasai women, Maasai youth, and Maasai men as well about their lives on the first trip. And then by the second trip itself, we started providing some of our education and piloting and so on. And it was really stunning. I remember holding a shopping exercise where I simulated cheating people in so many different ways. And I found the people here to be so humane, so innocent, and also so gullible. And I remember asking them about a business idea, and really by business I mean some kind of income generating activity. And they basically said, our business idea is that you come and teach us marketplace literacy. So that was really where they were. I remember at that time feeling that the best way to teach them is to have them think about being customers, which may be more intuitive than being entrepreneurs. But the way they may use it is to be an entrepreneur, because they don't have the resources to buy anything. And then on the next trip, again I came back, and I also had a student, Maria Jones, who continued the teaching and so on, and we slowly kept that pilot alive. So we had our own small team on the ground, and we kept persisting. And our partner, Oikos, which is a conservation organization, got a huge grant in partnership with my nonprofit Marketplace Literacy Communities and Marketplace Literacy Project. And we now are in many parts of Tanzania. We have trained about 60 trainers who are taking the program to thousands of Maasai women. This is my 6th trip, and it's so rewarding to see. So when I tell the story, I start with my first day here in 2013. It was getting dark in the forest here in the evening, and I was meeting the Maasai youth. There were about 30, maybe 40 of them. And one young man looked at me and he said, "You're from a great university, please help us. We live in so much poverty." And I responded by saying that the way I think I should help is by first being a student, not a professor. I needed to learn from them before we could think of how we could be of some help. I also said that what we do is similar to knowing the trees versus the forest. If you just know 2 or 3 trees, you can't negotiate the forest. And that's what we were trying to teach them, that if you just know beading, then you don't know how to go to the marketplace, you don't know where the supply comes from and where you can sell it and so on. And that's the way I try to explain it, fully realizing that I was talking to people who knew the forest like the back of their hand. And so that's where it started, and that moment certainly stayed with me. And from there, we always learn by listening, we learn by observing, but we also learn by doing. So we started doing. In fact, in my very first day here, I remember trying to do an exercise with the Maasai women where I asked them to role play with me as if they were selling some of their jewelry to me and my team as well. And it was very interesting to see, because they assumed that they were trying to actually make a real sale, and that's how we started interacting as well. And by the time I came the second time, we had done some exercises, and then from there, we kept the pilot going. We even tried to have a group of people run a clothing business, and that went on for some time as well. So this place in particular is very special to me. So one of the things I decided to do was also do something for the women who started us off. These are very poor women, but they're amazing women. And so we have a special program going just in Mukuru where we provide capital when the women get a certain order for their clothing, for example. So we provide the capital for the supply, and once the sale is made, they repay the money to us, and we try to keep it going. And so I'm very happy that we're able to do something special for the women of Mukuru. So this is always going to be a place that's close to my heart. You know, life is short, so I think we have to find a few places that we call home. And I feel so grateful that Tanzania is one of those places. I often think that India is my mother and US is my father, and Tanzania is like my brother or sister. So that's just an overview of where we are right now.